under $20,000 goes up by 25% a year. Most of my clients that own them got out of their retirement savings plans because they were not doing well, and they just put diamonds in there for retirement. A diamond you could buy today, let's say for $20,000, in 10 years from now, seeing that they double every 4 years. 4 years from now, a $20,000 diamond is worth $40,000, and then 8 years is worth $80,000. It's happened all the way since 1979 and 80. So the fact is that there's less and less of these diamonds available. Many of the mines that produce them have shut down. There has not been a new mine that's come into production for 20 years now, or 15 years now. So we've got a situation where demand for these diamonds is increasing substantially because China and India, these emerging new markets, are buying everything that they can get their hands on. So you've got this huge demand as we're going into these high inflationary times and very, very little supply. And what's the result of that? Prices are going higher. In actual fact, in an article that Randy found this weekend that's in the newsletter that he's going to read to you, there is one point where even Rappaport sets the prices for white diamonds. They're talking about that the average price for an internally flawless or very slightly flawed 1 carat diamond climbed 38% in 12 months through August the 15th. Now that's for white diamonds. Imagine what yellow and blue and pink diamonds are going for. This is why all these new funds are coming out. That's why, and Randy's going to talk about this, that these hedge funds are now getting into the diamond business. And it's going to be an amazing situation for us because they end up eating up most of our supply. But anyways, yellow flawless diamonds, you do not have to be a multimillionaire to invest in diamonds. In fact, these diamonds sell for under $20,000. If we get a repeat of 1979 and 80, a diamond you could buy today for $20,000 in 5 years from now could be $100,000. The other thing about these diamonds, they never ever drop in price. In all the years that I've been in business, we have never once seen the price of yellow flawless or pink or blue or red diamonds ever fall because there's so few of them. And with these mines closing down, it's becoming tighter and tighter. One of the best investments, the smartest investments you could ever make right now is to own a physical diamond. Whether you put it into a magnificent ring and enjoy it till we sell it for you, or just put it in the safety deposit box, you need to own one of these diamonds. They could literally save your financial life. Number one is stock markets are plummeting all over the world, and if you have money sitting in stocks, I couldn't even sleep at night. Again, you're investing at a time when countries are going bankrupt. It makes no sense to have your money in paper assets. Take your money out of the stock market, keep some of it in cash, buy some gold and silver, and put away a diamond. It's portable, private wealth. Nobody knows you own it. With governments making mistakes every day and screwing up all over the world, we're in charge of our own destiny. If we sit back and let the governments do to us what they're doing to the great countries that we live in, we're going to be bankrupt. We don't want to do that. 90% of the money is made by 10% of the people. We want to be in that 10%. By putting away a diamond, number one, you're going to hedge against inflation. If you don't have a hedge against inflation right now, you're going to be paying astronomical prices for commodities that we use every day. Corn, wheat, soybeans, bread, milk, everything that we use is going up in price. Oil is going up in price. We don't want to fall into that trap. Every market has its time. The stock market is not the right place to be at this point. You saw a 2,000-point drop in the Dow in 1 month. If that doesn't convince you how frightening it is to have your money in uncontrollable paper assets, you need to get out of those. Get yourself a diamond. It's the only form of portable private wealth. You could cross a border with it in your pocket, where you can't cross a border with more than $10,000 in cash. Also, response to inflation. They go up 500% in 79 and 80. You buy a diamond today for $20,000. In 2 or 3 weeks from now, there's going to be a 35% increase. You'll be in profits in your diamond already. You just put this away in your safety deposit box, or put it on your on your wife's finger and let her enjoy it. You know, every time you get your statement at the end of the month, and you see a retirement savings plan or your stocks are doing, you want to shred the thing and jump in the river. At this point, you put a beautiful diamond ring on your wife's finger, let her enjoy it for the next 10 years as it's going up and up and up in value. Again, you need a hedge against inflation, and diamonds are as good a hedge as gold or silver is, and there's never a risk because these assets never, ever drop in price. While you can still get them, we're having a massive run on them. I haven't even been able to update the inventory on the website because as soon as I get these new diamonds in, they're sold. So again, I have my cutter, who's the largest cutter of flawless diamonds in the world. There's only 3 cutters that cut flawless diamonds. They equate it to cracking an egg shell and putting it back together. That's how difficult it is. most of my Canadian clients own yellow flawless diamonds tucked away for safety. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, when the market's right to do so, we'll take these diamonds out when there's nothing available, and we'll sell them all over the world and look to make a huge profit for our clients on the diamond and hopefully on the currency also, because these are the only assets that could be sold in another currency where everything else is basically traded in U.S. dollars, which are falling at this point. The other diamonds that you want to look at, which is the featured diamond this week, are pink diamonds from the Argyle mine. As soon as you open the newsletter and look at the diamond ring this week, your jaws are going to drop. It's the most beautiful diamond ring you've ever seen. It's a marquee. It's a .38. Now, that doesn't sound like a large diamond, but most Argyle pink diamonds are not large diamonds. In fact, the largest diamond that came out of the Argyle mine last year was just over 2 carats, and it sold for $3.5 million. The highest price pink that came out of the Argyle mine last year. Now, this 95% of Argyle pinks are under a quarter carat, so they're smaller diamonds. That's why we set them in these magnificent settings. Because when you take a diamond like the one that we're featuring this week, this magnificent, fancy, intense pink, it's almost a bubblegum pink, and it's surrounded by pink diamonds that are all hand-picked. Then it's framed in magnificent white diamonds of the highest quality. It's on each side is a matching white magnificent diamond with diamonds going all the way down the band. In fact, the band alone is worth a fortune. The pink diamonds that surround the major pink diamond went up 1,000% in 1 year. They're called little pink millies. They're becoming very, very difficult to get, and knowing this, we've bought them and stocked up on them because, again, this mine is going to close down. The Argyle mine that produces 95% of the world's pink diamonds is scheduled to close by 2018. My feeling is it'll close by 2016, but it's irrelevant because, again, whether it closes in 2018 or 2016, they produce 95% of the world's pink diamonds. They will be gone, off the market, no longer available. There's no new mines coming online. If you're one of the fortunate few to own one of these magnificent diamonds, you could see a return of 10 times what you paid for them. Meaning a diamond that you could buy now for $50,000 will be a $500,000 diamond in about 10 years from now. Now, how do I come up with those numbers? We just experienced the same situation in blue diamonds. One of the major mines in South Africa closed. That's where blue diamonds came from. Now, by the way, blue diamonds are so rare that 100 blue diamonds, 100 Picassos will be auctioned before one blue diamond will be sold. That's how rare these diamonds are. But again, blue diamonds, when they closed the mine in 2005, by 2008, blue diamonds went from 200,000 to 1.4 million because there was no more blue diamonds on the market. Now they're going for about $2 million a carat. Again, you've seen the price of yellow diamonds go from $500 in 1980 to $16,000, $17,000 to $20,000 now. These diamonds will continue to go up because there's so few of them, and they're a phenomenal hedge against inflation. I'm very, very heavily recommending that you get into the diamond market. You get yourself a yellow flawless diamond and tuck it away for safety. You put a beautiful pink diamond ring on your wife's finger, let her enjoy it until the prices go so high that you need to sell it. Again, you can get involved in Argyle pinks. Believe it or not, I've got 3 diamonds in the setting that you're going to see in the newsletter this week, a setting that with a pink diamond that Harry Winston would sell in the 100,000 range, and we have them for 20 to 25,000. We tend to make our money when you sell your diamonds down the road because, again, we get paid on the profit. We get 10% of the profit only. So if we don't do a great job for you, we don't do a great job for ourselves. I know the precious metals business very well. I know the diamond business very well. I know the commodity business very well. I've been in it for 35 years. The information and the recommendations that we've given on this radio show have made many of our clients very financially stable. I get phone calls every day from listeners and clients that say that because of our radio show that they've been able to make the right investments and have done extremely well during these extremely difficult times. Again, the recommendations to get through the next 5 years and not only keep your capital, but to make an awful lot of money during that time is to own gold, silver, and diamonds physically. Keep them on you. It's extremely important. To be in the paper asset market makes absolutely no sense at this point. And again, for retirement purposes, where you'll never retire by putting your money in an RSP, if you put a diamond away for retirement, you're going to get to where you want to go with complete safety because these assets never, ever drop in price.
Harold's website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. The telephone number, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022. Harold will be happy to send you out our free weekly newsletter. You can get on his list as well. You can connect with him and speak with him about this Bella Brillante from the Argyle Dream Collection. It's a .38 carat marquee fancy intense pig Argyle diamond. It is spectacular. See the pictures in our newsletter. Harold can send all the pictures out to you. Stories you want to read in our newsletter. There's an interview with, and I don't know if his name is Henri or Henry Barjurian, CEO of Grabs. He was interviewed. Diamonds becoming a part of Ultra Rich's investment portfolio. And he was asked the question, you recently mentioned to me you're seeing an interesting trend developing on Wall Street where diamonds are now being considered an investment. Can you please explain? And he said, this is something that has never happened before. We are being approached by money managers or very wealthy clients or the wealthy clients themselves who are all considering investing a small percentage of their portfolio in diamonds. This is something we have never seen in the past. These people never considered diamonds as an investment. They consider them as something very beautiful and nice to own. It made their wife happy, and it's gorgeous to look at, but they always neglected the financial aspect of the transaction. And now, when they see what has happened with the price of diamonds and they realize it's not so much a silly idea. This is why financial institutions are seriously studying the diamond market. We are getting lots of calls by people who are doing reports on this, and they want charts and price history so they can formulate for their research. And he was asked the question, what kind of price range are these investors looking at? He says, we're talking about people in the Forbes 400. They all have 50 to 100 million in diamonds, millions in diamonds, which is a small percentage of their net worth. But in our business, 50 to 100 million dollars is a very large transaction. These transactions are large enough to push up the price of diamonds very, very high. Another thing that Harold touched on, Rappaport Group coming out with a 100 million plus diamond fund. And Harold mentioned in the article that diamond prices have gone up 38%, and those are just white diamonds. But Harold, my feeling is when you start hearing about these stories, and you were really the one who brought to the fore that people should be investing in diamonds as an investment, not just as something to put on your finger. You were the leader in that 6 years ago. People are starting to come around to your way of thinking, but you can see the big money starting to move into this market, and people need to get their positions in the market as soon as possible, because once this big money starts to chase, we could see prices go up dramatically, and you don't want to be chasing at that point.
You're 100% right, Randy, and that's what happened in 79 and 80, both in diamonds and in gold. They started chasing. We don't want our clients to chase. We brought this to you 6 years ago, and the fact is it's now all coming to fruition right now. I couldn't be happier. Again, the diamond market is not something that they ever talked about as investments. The prices always went up, but they never really talked about it as investments. And you got to understand who really controls the diamond market. These are not top marketing and business people. These are very old-term, Hasidic Jews and the Persians and the Afghanis, and these guys have been in generation after generation after generation. They own diamonds and have put away diamonds that the world has never seen before, that are so rare, and they've gone up so tremendously in price. But there's never been anything like what we have just built, and it's coming out in October, and the diamond industry has needed this, and they're going to embrace it tremendously, and it's probably one of our greatest accomplishments, and it'll be proven to be, is our live auction website. Never ever been done before. If you look at eBay, and you even look at Rappaport's auction list, it's boring. It's only, there's no verbal selling, there's no enthusiasm or excitement, there's no pictures, there's no nothing. You put in a bid, you wait a couple days, and you see if you won something. With our website, it's taken 2 years to build, and at this point a heavy six-figure investment, but it's going to be a live auction. all over the world with myself conducting it and selling it. I've got clients all over the world. Most of my clients are in Canada, but we have clients all over the world, and I think we're about the only company that could actually accomplish this because of our huge following from the radio shows and success in the metals markets and